Hi guys, today we are going to program a running game with HTML, CSS and JavaScript. All we have to do now is to dive in our system and start programming our game. Let's go ahead. As you can see right here, I've created a folder and the name of the folder is running game. And inside the folder, here is our background. And as you can see, this is our background. Then our sprite for normal work is here in our background. We can go back. Then here's the sand we are going to use. Then here we have a jQuery 2.1.1 file that I've downloaded to. Then here I have the JavaScript file. It's a very big file, large file. I took time to create it, but I'm just going to link it to our HTML file so that we can use it. But if you feel like to download it, you can inbox me or send me a mail. Then I will send you these two files so that you can be able to do the tutorial very well. So notwithstanding, let's dive in and create our files. So what we are going to use here is a text editor. If you don't have a text editor, you can go to google.com and download one. But the text editor I'm going to use currently now is VS Code, Visual Studio Code. We have other like Sublime Text, Notepad++. You can just download one and use one for the tutorial. So I'll go straight to File. I'll open a new file. I'm still going to open a new file. But before I will do that, before I will start to name the file and everything, let me just first of all load my images first. So I'll go, now say open folder. Then I'm going straight to desktop. Then to running game. I'll open running game. Then I'll load these folders. Click it. As you can see, we've loaded our background, sprite and our sand that we are going to use for this tutorial. So let's go ahead and open our files. So first of all, I'm going to open a file, and the name of the file should be HTML, and another one should be CSS. So I will save this one, Ctrl+, then I will save it as an HTML file. Then I will save it with index. Then I will save it inside this folder, running game. Save, so that all our files will be in a folder. Then I will save this other one as a CSS file too. So I'll call it style. Then I'll come down here and save it as a CSS file. Then I'll save it inside running game. So I will still go ahead and open file. I'll open our JavaScript file and our jQuery file. I'll open both. Let's say open. So as you can see, here is our jQuery file and our JavaScript file. Let's go through our JavaScript file so that you can see very well. As you can see, our JavaScript file here is our JavaScript file is very large. It's very large. So all we have to do here, let me just go ahead and reduce the size of the screen so that you can see our JavaScript file. You go straight down to preferences, then settings, then settings. Then from here, let's change it to like 18, enter. Then go straight to our JavaScript file. As you can see, it has reduced. So let's just go ahead and click here so that you can be able to see very well. So this is our JavaScript file. It's a very large file, as you can see, very large one. I will still go ahead and reduce go ahead and reduce our screen so that you can see. So if you want to do that, the shortcut is to hold Control key down and minus key to reduce the size of your screen. Then to zoom out, you can hold Control key plus to zoom out, as you can see, then minus, then. So let's review our JavaScript file. As you can see here, these are the codes in our JavaScript file. It's very large. If we want to type them out, it will take a lot of time to do so. So all I have to do, I've already prepared it down for this tutorial. So let me go ahead to our HTML file, then hold my Control key back, then plus to increase, so that you are going to see what I am doing very well. So let's go ahead and type exclamation sign, then tab. When you do that, you get this. This is what you get. So I'll go ahead and continue with the tutorial. So we are going to go straight to the title and name here as running game. Just name your house running game. Then we are going to enter straight to the body now. But before we do that, let's just link our CSS file first. Style sheet. Then the type should be text/CSS, and the hypertext ref should be the name you use in saving our CSS file, which is style.css. Then we'll close it. Then we'll come inside the body. We'll go inside the body and link our JavaScript file. To do so, to link our JavaScript file, we are going to type the word script. Script. Then at the opening tag of script, we are going to type src source. Then the source should be the name you use in saving your JavaScript file, which is script.js. So we've succeeded in linking our CSS file, our JavaScript file. Then let's go ahead and link our jQuery file. So to link our jQuery file, let's link it at the top here. So we type the word script, then close our script. Then at the opening tag of our script here, we'll type like type, and the type is text/JavaScript. That should be the type. Then at the front of it, we include the source. And the source is the name we use in saving the jQuery file, which is jQuery.2.1, as you can see. Then we can save Ctrl+X. So we've linked our JavaScript file, jQuery file, CSS file in our HTML file. So we are now good to go to write some code. So inside the body now, we are going to start with a div, and this div we are going to call this div as a wrapper. That means everything will be inside this div. So we are going to add another div again, and this div should be called sound, and it should be a class too. And we can still include like send off, send on. So inside those div, we'll go the end of it, then click enter. Then we're going to create a enter. We're going to create a div, and we're going to call this div menu. Then enter. Then we are going to name it. We are going to remove the class and make it an ID. So inside this div that we've created, let's add another div, and this time we call the div progress, because we want to create a progress bar. In case the game is loading, you see the progress bar. So we are going to remove it from class. Let's make it an ID, and the name of the ID is progress. Then inside this progress div now, we are going to include our downloading. Now we're going to create a div, and the name of the div should be like %. We are going to remove it from class. We'll make it an ID too. So now inside this div, we are going to type the word downloading. Then we'll create a span tag. Then in this span tag, we are going to go to the opening span tag and add an ID, and the name of this ID should be P. Then let's go down again and add a progress tag. Then inside this progress tag here, what we'll do in the opening progress tag is to create an ID. Then the name of the ID should be progress bar. Then let's add a value. The value should be 0. So let's go to the end of this div and click enter. Let me scroll down a bit so that you can see. Then at the end of this div, let's create a div again, and this time we call it main, because we created our menu. This time we call this one main. Then this main now should still carry an ID too. I'll use ID. Then inside this main now we'll create h1 heading. In the h1 heading, we are going to call it a running game. Let's just take it capital letter ultra, like running game. So after that, we are going to create an unordered list under of it. Inside this unordered list, we are going to create a list inside, and this list, inside this list, we are going to create an a tag. Then inside this a tag that we've created, then the hypertext ref should be JavaScript void, then in bracket 0. Then we'll name it or give it a class, and the class should be button, and the class should be button play. Then inside of it, you type the word play. Inside of it, type the word play. So let me go ahead and reduce my screen so that you can see very well. Then let's go down again, then copy everything that is here, copy it and paste it down here, then paste it. The same JavaScript, then colon void class. This one should be button credits. Then inside here should be credits. So let's go down again, scroll down a bit, After we've created our on order list, now let's create a div for the credit now. So we are going to come down to this div and enter, then create a div and call it credits. After we've created a div, inside we're going to create another list again, then create a list inside of it. And the list we are going to create here, let's create an a tag to inside our list too. Then in front of this list, now let's add a class, and the name of the class should be artwork. Then inside of it, now before the a tag we type like character design and art. Then inside our hypertext reference, now we are going to include the designer of the artwork. Now, that's what we're going to include, and the name of the designer of the artwork should be inside our a tag here. So I'll include the name, this is the name of the designer. So all we have to do here is going to copy everything here, copy it, paste it twice. So we'll come down to this place now and we change everything here. This time it's going to be work circle animation. Then inside here is still the same person that created it. Then the last one we are going to create, that is this one will be for the platformer tiles. The same person that created the platformer tiles, because I designed it with my hand, and here is my name. So let's go ahead to create an on order list again, under of it again. So to do so, I'll just go ahead and just copy this, as you can see, copy this on order list. Let's copy this on order list, copy it and paste it at the end of it. Enter, then paste. Then this time the class should be what? Music. We are including our music now. Should be music. So you change everything here to music. You change everything here to music. Then in front of the music now, here will be game music. Then under of this one here should be jump music, like jump music or jump sound effect. Then here should carry game over music. So let's go ahead and include let's go ahead and include our href to it. That's this where we got it from. We got the music from opengameart.org. So let me just include the website. We type the word here, http://gameart.org/content/jump and run 8 run 8 bits, then 8 bits, 8 bits. Then we'll copy same thing here, this same website here, copy it and paste it here, then paste it here. But in the case of the jump sound effect, you still got from the same site, but after the content here, this one is for platformer. This one is for platformer dash miss jump dash jump, then dash sounds. Then at the end of this one, this game over sound, it should carry here, it should be after the content should be lose dash music dash 3. Then in front of here, let's go ahead and include the names. The first name here is Rat. Then the second name here, let me just say Game Obat, and the second name here for the credit is Declan, and the third name is Remazin. So we are done with this side. So let's go ahead now and create an unorder list again. So below this unorder list, we create another unorder list and create a list, and inside this list now you are going to create an a tag 2, then in a tag 2. Then yes, the class of this list now should be for the developer. The class here should be the developer, and front here we type the word developer. Then the name of the developer will come in now inside this a tag now. So here is the name of the developer of this game now that we are creating now. So let's still go down a bit and create that is outside the unorder list and create an a tag. Then inside this a tag we type JavaScript void 0. Then in front of it now we add a class, and the name of the class should be button back. Then we'll close, then we include back here, the back button. Then let's save. So after we've saved it now, let's go ahead and include our canvas first. To do so, to include our canvas, let's come here and include our canvas. We type the word canvas. Then inside our canvas now, at the opening tag of our canvas, we add an ID and call the ID canvas. Then let's add the width to our canvas. Here is the width, and the width should be 800 as our width. Then we go ahead and add height to it, and the height should be 480. Then inside our canvas now, we'll create a paragraph tag, and inside our paragraph tag should be your browser does not support the required functionality to play this game, and full stop. Let's scroll down a bit. At the end of it now, we enter and include another paragraph again, and this paragraph should be, please update to a modern browser such as, then come here, include the a tag, then close your a tag here, and the name of the browser we are going to include here is Google Chrome, that we are going to use as the browser. It's Google Chrome that we're going to use as our browser now. So let's include the name of our browser, which is Google Chrome, in case you want to update your browser. Then in front of here, we just type www.chrome/u+100e. So that's that. So let's just include, after the ending of our a tag, you include to play, full stop, to play, full stop. So we've done with our canvas. We are done with our canvas now. So at the end of our canvas now, let's create a div, a game over div now, and call it the div game over. Game over. So we remove it from class. Let's make it an ID now. Class and ID now. So let's go ahead now, game over, and create a h2 tag. Then inside our h2 we say you run, like, let's create a span first, a span. Then inside the span tag now, at the opening of it, we'll come to the opening of the span tag and create an ID. Then the name of this ID should be score. Then in front of it you type meters. So we'll come down again and create a a tag now. After creating the a tag now, then inside the a tag, inside the a tag, inside it here, just say try again. Just say try again. Then let's put the hypertext ref now. The same JavaScript void, then in front 0 and 0. Then a class. The class should be button restart. That is to restart the game. Button restart. In order for us to restart our game. So we've created a restart button under, as you can see here. We've created everything here. So we are done with our HTML file. Let's dive into our CSS file and start to design our game. So we are going straight to our CSS file now. So before I do so, let me just go straight to the folder, open the folder, to our HTML file, right click and open it with Google Chrome. Let me go ahead and split our screen. Here's our browser, as you can see. Let's start designing our game. So what we need to do here first, in our CSS file, I'm going to type #key colon before command, the #key, which star key colon after, then add the curly braces, enter. There's a box sizing. Box sizing should be border box. Let's save. Then let's go straight to the body and target the body. Then the body will add our font family. Font family can pick any one of these. Come here and pick these ones. Our font family. Let's reduce here a bit. You can be able to see. You can pick any font family you wish, but this is the font family I'm using for this game. Then after we've included our font family, let's take font size, and the font size should be 16 pixel. After including font size, type WebKit user select none. The same, we'll come here and type merge user select. The type is in none. Then ms user select, then colon sign, then none. Enter. Then type user select, say none. Then default should be cursor. Our cursor should be default. Let's save and see. Then refresh it here. So as you can see here, let's go ahead and target our straight. As you can see here, let's copy the word canvas. Let's target our canvas. Let's target our canvas first. Let's go ahead, go to our CSS file, paste our canvas, add the curly braces, absolute, top 0, left 0, border should be 1 pixel, border should be 1 pixel solid black. Then Z index should be 1. Then let's add a weight. Our weight should be 600 pixel. Then height, should be 360 pixel as our height. Let's save and refresh. So let's scroll down a bit. Enter. Then a bit. Now we are going to target our on other list now. So to do so, let's target our on other list now. To target our on other list, let's add the list style to it. List style, and our list style should be none. Enter. You can refresh and see. List size should be none. Then inside our another list, let's add a padding of 0, then margin 0 of 0. Let's go ahead and target our list. You can save. Then inside our list, now let's add padding to our list. Padding of 10 pixel 0. So our padding for the list. You can refresh. Then after the list, let's target our A tag. Now. Then in our A tag, we are going to target our text decoration, say none. All this line you're seeing, text decoration none. Refresh. So you can see the line, all of them has been removed from it. So let's continue. After text decoration, the color, let's add a color. Just leave it in inherit. Then text shadow. Let's add a text shadow of -1 pixel, -1 pixel, 0, then hash key 000, comma 1 pixel -1 pixel 0, hash key, comma. Let's go again and add -1 pixel, again 1 pixel 0, hash key, and then command then 1 pixel 0, the hash key. So let me expand so you can see now. Here, that's what I created, as you can see. So let's come down, let's save our code. Then you can hold your Windows key, then with arrow left key to split your screen. So we are done with this aspect. Let's refresh and see. As you can see, here it is. So let's go ahead and target our wrapper. Let's go to our HTML file and straight to our wrapper, and let's target our wrapper. We'll copy it to come to our CSS file and we'll paste it here. Our wrapper is a class, so it will carry dots wrapper. Then add your curly braces to it. So let's take the width. The width should be 600 pixel as the width. Then the height should be 360 pixel. Then position, our position should be absolute, then top 20%, then left 20, let's use 25%, left 25%. Let's save it, then refresh. As you can see, this is how we've created so far. This is what we've created so far. Let's split our screen so that you can see. Go straight to our code. Then we've targeted our wrapper. Let's scroll down a bit and go to straight to our menu and target our menu. We copy the word menu. Is an ID. Menu is an ID, so we are going to use hash key. Hash menu. Add your curly braces. Enter. So inside our menu, we are going to take the position. The position should be absolute. Then the width the width should be 600 pixel. The height should be 360 pixel. Then the border, let's take border 1 pixel, solid black, solid black. Then Z index should be 2. Then text align should be center. Allow the background color should be, let's use gray as our background color. Gray as our background color. Let's save and come here and refresh. Well, as you can see, so we are done with the menu. Let's go back and target our menu and our main together. So both of them are going to target menu main together. So let's go ahead and target our menu and main together. So type menu dot main, add your curly braces inside. Then this menu main that we are going to enter, menu main that we are going to target now, let's just add like some similar stuff, like a background inside the folder we've created. Let's add a background image to our menu main first. So to do that, a URL, then inside our URL, as you can see, the folder that we use here is imgs. So we are going to state it the same way as we state SAN2. So let's go ahead and state it. Say imgs slash. So this time for the menu main, the background we're going to use is called menu background. So let's refresh. As you can see, here is a menu background. As you can see, this is the background we're going to use. So let's go ahead. If you really need to do this tutorial, like the background, the SAN, the JavaScript file, the jQuery file, I'm going to just send it to you, or just send me a mail, then I will reply you. I'll give you the background so that you can be able to use it for this tutorial. You can download the video and use it at your convenience. So no problem. Let's go ahead and target something again. So this time we're going to target our credits. We target menu credits. Let's go down to our HTML file. Inside this menu now, this menu div now, there's a credit here. Let's copy the word credit. So we are going to our CSS file, type # menu.credit, then enter curly braces. Now inside this menu.credit, now let's add a background image to the menu.credit. Now the background image that we are going to use, just type URL, then inside of it a quotation sign, a single quotation sign. The background will say imgs/. Now credit, I created a background for credit, a credit BG background, then you save it. You can come here and refresh. So we've already included our credit background. So let's go inside and target our progress tag. Let's come here, copy our progress tag here, come to Google. I've just closed our CSS file. Let me just go back and reopen it. Open file, go back. I closed that CSS file. Let me just reopen it back. Sorry. So let's target our progress tag now. Then save. So to target our progress now, let's include height first, and the height should be 12% as our height of our progress. Then the margin should be automatic. Then the position should be absolute. Then the top should be 0. The left should be 0. Then bottom should be 0. Then right should be 0. Let's save it. That is for our progress. And refresh for our progress. Let's scroll down a bit and see automatic, absolute, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Let me take it down a bit. Enter. So let's go ahead. After we've targeted our progress, let's target our percent. Now please download this side. Let's go down to our CSS file hash and put hash in front of percent. Now you see we are using hash because it's an ID, so you use hash sign, then add your curly braces. Then inside our percent, let's add color to it. Color to be white color. Then font weight should be bold. Then text shadow. Our text shadow should be, let's just go ahead and copy our text shadow, the text shadow that we included above here. This text shadow, let's go ahead and copy it. We come down to here, come down here, and paste it here. So here we paste it here as our text shadow. Then come down a bit, and let's split our window so you can save and you can refresh here. So we've targeted our percent now, our ID percent. Let's go straight to our HTML file and target our progress bar. Come here, copy our progress bar here, go to our CSS file and paste it here. Then our progress bar, add hash sign here in front of it because it's an ID. So you add a hash sign here. Then add your curly braces in front. Enter. Then inside our progress bar now, we're just going to add width to it, width to our progress bar, and the width should be 200 pixels as the width of our progress bar. Let's go ahead and target our sand now. Let's go ahead and target our sand now. So I'm just going to go straight to our HTML file and look for the word sound, copy it, copy our sound, come back to our CSS file, paste it, .sound is a class, .sound, then we add our curly braces, enter, then sound now display none, then we add position should be absolute, the top should be 10 pixels, the left should be 10 pixels left, then width Then the width should be 30 pixels as our width. Then height, our height should be 25 pixels. Then cursor should carry the word pointer. Then set index should be 3. Set index should be 3. Let's save it and refresh here and see. Refresh. So we are done with our sand. Let's go ahead and target our sand on and sand off. So let's go inside and target our sand on and sand off. Go to HTML file, use our sand off. Let's just copy our sand off here. Copy our sand off. Let's paste it here. Dot sand off. Add a curly braces inside. Then let's copy the same thing. Copy it here and paste here. There should be sand on now. Sand on. So in our sand off now, we are going to take the background for our sand off. We are going to take the same another background for our sand on. So let me just go ahead and include our sand off background. Say background image for our sand off should be img, URL quotations and /sand pick sand off. That should be the background for the sand off. Then under it here, say background repeat none. Background repeat should be, say no repeat. Let's say no repeat. Let's save it. Let's go to our sand on now and include our background image. The background image we are going to use here is img/sound. This one is sand on. Then the same thing, background repeat. Say no repeat. Let's save it. So we've targeted our sand on and sand off. So let's go ahead and target and see and go ahead to our main and target our main. Come here and target our main. It's an ID, so we add our curly braces to it. So inside this main now, let me go ahead and split the screen so that you can see very well. Inside this main now, let's add display none. Let's add display none. Let's add height. The height should be 60%. Let's add overflow. Our overflow should be automatic. Then margin should be automatic margin. Then position should be absolute. Then under of the main, say top, we're going to add a top 0, left 0, bottom 0, then right 0. save and refresh. Let's go down our main now. Down our main. So let's go ahead and target our main, then our h1 here, main h1. Go straight to our CSS file. Going to use the word arch key, arch main, then h1, add your color braces, enter now. So let's add color to it. Let's give it brown color. Take brown color, then text shadow. Our text shadow should be the one we'll copy some. Let's just go ahead and copy our text shadow, because here's our text shadow. Let's copy it, come down and paste it, and paste it here as our text shadow. Let's paste our text shadow. There's something I saw here. Delete one. Go ahead. Text shadow. So we've done with our menu, our main h1. So let's go ahead and target our buttons now. Let's go ahead and target our button. Just see if I can locate any word button and just target the button. Just target the button, copy this word button, and let's target our button. Add color braces, and so then our button now, display block, width. The width should be 150 pixel, should be the width. The margins should be 0, then automatic, then the height, our height should be 30 pixel. Then line height should be 30 pixel, then border, our border should be 1 pixel solid. Let's just take arch AAA 666, arch AAA 2666. Let's go ahead. Then the color, our color should be white. Color should be white. Then the font weight should be bold. Then text shadow, our text shadow, just going to copy our text shadow. We're going to use the same text shadow and copy our text shadow here, come here and paste our text shadow, paste our text shadow, and enter. Yeah, after we've included our text shadow, let's take background color. Our background color should be red. Let's just refresh and see. Should be red. Our background color should be red. Then let's take background image. Our background image, we're going to use dash WebKit dash linear gradient, WebKit dash linear gradient, then button command. Then let's use arch FB18, 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 86, 0%, 0%, comma, arch, B30, D5D, 100%, 100%. Let's come down a bit. Let's add our background image. Our background image here. Sorry. Our background image should be linear gradient to bottom, comma, the hash key FB18, 86, 0%, comma, then arch B30D 5, 30D 5, 30D 5D, 100%. Then let's border radius, include border radius. Our border radius should be 5 pixels. Let's save it and refresh. You can see we've included our sound on and off here. Then this is our play button. As you can see here. So what we are going to do here is very easy. Let's go ahead, because we've included our JavaScript. So I'm going to leave this game like this, so that the sound and everything will be on. It has already been loaded in our file. So let's go ahead. After the button, let's over our button now. Button, then over. Then add our curly braces to it. Let's over our button now. So let me just close and reopen it back again. Open it back again. Let's minimize. Let's over our button. So background color. Let's use background color. Let's use this one as our background color. Enter this one as our background color. Let's add background image. Our background image should be dash webkit dash linear gradient bottom comma arch FB1886 0%, comma, then see 0%, then let's just pick arch 0%. Let's use arch again. Arch B30. Let's just leave it here. Come here, scroll down, come here, B30. Then just say 100%. Enter. Then let's go ahead and target our background image again. Background image And the background image we are going to use, let's just pick something like linear gradient to bottom, comma FB 188, sorry, the hash key FB, sorry, hash key, then FB 18886. Let's leave it like this, command. Then to hash key again, B30 front, just say 100%. Let's save, enter. Let's enter. So let's come down and target our credits now. Let's go to HTML file and target our credits. Now it's a class, we use .credits. Now the class we use .credits, then add our color braces. So in our credits, let's add padding to it. Say padding, our padding should be 5 pixels 0. Then let's go ahead and target our artwork. Now currently our artwork comma, then let's music, target our music, comma, developer, add our color braces to it. We're going to target artwork, music inside our credit and developer. Let's go straight to our CSS file now. So this is the artwork music.music.developer. So inside our artwork music, let's add text shadow, like text shadow. Let's copy text shadow, this text shadow, and include it. Copy it, come here, and let's paste our text shadow here. We're done with our text shadow for our artwork. So let's add the color to our artwork now. You say .artwork, add your color braces, add your color to it. So the color of our artwork now, the color should be pink. Let's come down and target our music, add color braces, and the music we add margin. Our margin should be 5 pixel. Margin should be 5 pixel. Then color, let's just pick let's just take anything like HB, something like this. Take this one. Then display should be flex. Let's save, come here and refresh. So let's go ahead and target our developer now. To target our developer now, we'll just add the color to the text. Let's say color to the text is yellow. There is yellow. Then let's come down here and target our back over our back button. Then let's over our back button to add your color braces inside. Remember, in our file here, we created the back button. Here, there's the button back. So it is a class. So let's add margin and margin top to it. Margin top to be 10 pixel as a margin top, 10 pixel. Then let's scroll down a bit. Let's enter down a bit. After we've targeted back and back over, then let's target game over now. Add your curly braces to it. Go to our HTML file, scroll down. As you can see, it's an ID game over. So let's target our game over now. So our game over now, we should include display none. Then text align should be align center. Then padding top should be 92 pixel. So our padding top 92 pixel. And Z index should be 1. Our width should be 600 pixel as our width. Then our height should be 360 pixel. Should be 360 pixel. Then our position should be absolute. Position should be absolute. I scroll down here and refresh. Absolute. Then let's go ahead and target our score. Arch score. Our score here. So our score, the color of our score should be red. Then box shadow as text shadow. Our text shadow should be this one as our text shadow. Then let's go and target our H2. Our H2, add the color braces to it. The color of our H2 should be blue color. Then text shadow should be the same as this one. Let's see, text color should be blue, shadow the same. Let's refresh and see. Let's come here and refresh and see. Wow. Refresh and see. Let's go back and refresh and see again. The game is already running. Let's come here and refresh. Open with Google Chrome. Let's go to our code, our CSS file, and see. Display none. That is which is the artwork. Let's go. There's something mixing. As you can see here, all this background, like this text here, should be hidden. So let me enter, go to our CSS file and see if we can button sound. So after our artwork music, then we have our credits here. So credits here, we are not done with our credits. Let's go and confirm these our credits here. Our credits, let's see if our credit is a class or an ID. Our credits, class, credits. Let's see. Credit list. Let's check our credit list and see if our credit list. Let's go to HTML file. Let's use an ID here. Our credit list. Let's use an ID, or let's just leave it as a class. If it's a class now, let's leave it as a class. Then let's just go ahead and target it. Dot credit and dot credit. Dot credit. So let's just target our credit list now. Credit list. We've not targeted our credit list. Let's target our credit list. So our credit list, take this one as credit list now. Dot credit list. Then let's again target our credit now. Credit. Then add our curly braces to our credit, so that all these things you're seeing here, so that all this text will vanish, to just be only this one. So let's go ahead. So let's go ahead and target our credits. To target our credits, let's add display none. Let's add our line height. A line height should be 30 pixel. Then margin, our margin should be automatic. Their position should be absolute position. Then top should be 0, left should be 0, bottom should be 0, bottom should be 0. Then the right should be 0. So we are done with the credits. Let's minimize. We forgot to target our credit. That's why you're seeing our credits is showing around this background here. So let's just go ahead to our code. As you can see, we've added credit display none. So let's refresh and see. Wow. As you can see now, if I remove this display none, I remove none here and refresh, you see what will happen. It will come back. So let's go back. Let's just go back and display none, then refresh. So now let's close here, then remove this semicolon. So we've targeted our credits, then we've targeted our credit list. So I think we are done with the CSS file. So as you can see, is a lot of code here. It's a lot of code here, as you can see. It's a lot of code. So let's just minimize and go straight to our game and refresh and play our game and see. So you can see running game. This is sound on, it has off, on again. So as you can see running game, let's play and see. It's jumping. As you can see our JavaScript file included jumping. So let's just stop again. Refresh our page back again. Refresh our page back again. Refresh our page back again. Let's go back to our JavaScript and check something inside our JavaScript file. So as you can see here, this is a jQuery file, a JavaScript file. Hold Control key, then down. Let's go through our file. So now here, there is a variable function. Then these are our variable here. All these are variable. This is the platform variables. Then here is this set the sound preference. Then this side say get a random number between range, bound a number between range, these are the functions. Then asset preloader object dot loads all images. This is where we load all our images, our sprite, our background, everything. This is the very place. Then this is the sound. This is where we load our sound too. Here we load our sound here too. So ensure all assets are loaded before using them. So we've loaded our asset then. As you can see, the function below, progress callback, finish callback, check the ready state of the audio. As you can see, we've checked the ready state of the audio. Then function of the audio function. So create asset, set callback for asset loading, set asset source, load images, create closure for event binding, load sound. These are the functions. As you can see, show asset loading progress, load the main menu. It has been loaded. Create a sprite. The sprite too has been loaded too. Create an animation from a sprite. Here below is the code. As you can see here, a JavaScript file to create a parallel background. As you can see below, there's the code. So if the image scrolled up the screen, yes, below is the code. Reset background to 0. Below is the code. A vector for 2D space. Below is the code. Then the player object. The player object here. The player object. As you can see, is the variable player, the function below. Update the player position, jump if not currently jumping or falling, add gravity, change animation if falling, change animation is jumping, draw the player at its current position. You can see it's a lot of code in our JavaScript file. That's why I say I'm going to send you so that you're just going to download it. So if you need it, you can just inbox me, then I'll make sure I send our JavaScript file and jQuery file to you so that you can do this tutorial yourself. So I will just scroll down. It's a lot, it's a bunch of files. As you can see, it's not something that we can just type immediately. So let's go back. Let's go back to desktop. Let's open our folder. Let's go back to our index file. Let's open it with Google Chrome. So here's the play button. Well, I believe we need to like a credit button. Let's just go back to our code. I'm not seeing our credit button here. Let's go back to our code and check and see credit button. So let's see credit button, CSS file, background, credit list. So let's go ahead and see dot credits, sand dot sand, this sand dot sand. I wonder, let's just come back. There's something missing here. Let's just use here as an ID. Let's use hash key. Sorry, ID. Let's use ID. Change it to ID. Credit to ID. Credit to ID. Let's go to our CSS file and change our credit to ID to ID, which is @sign. Let's use @sign here. Let's save. Let's come back to our page. Let's refresh and see. Open with Google Chrome. Wow. Well, as you can see here in our code here, we forgot to use arch here as our credits. So I set it as a class here, but I've converted it to an ID. So we go back to our code, reset it as an ID. So let's minimize down and go back to our folder. This is our folder that we've created. Let's open our game and see if it is functioning properly. Wow, this is the background of our game, as you can see here. This is the on and this is the off button of the sound. So let's on the sound now. Then here's the credits. So this is the name of the credits, the character design and art work, then the music, then the developer, then back key, as you can see, is functioning. So let's see the play button. The play button is playing, but the sound is not yet out. So let's just end the game here. We run 135 meters. Try again.